The Curse of the Black Shaman, referred the Forbidden Ritual. Deep in the heart of Africa, beyond the vast deserts and dense jungles, lay a hidden village known as Ngolo. It was a place untouched by modern civilization, shrouded in mystery and ancient traditions. The villagers spoke in hushed whispers about the Black Shaman, a powerful sorcerer who once ruled the land with dark magic. His Kalu Jadu, a forbidden form of black magic, was feared across Africa. For centuries, the village elders ensured that his tomb remained undisturbed. But greed has a way of awakening forgotten evils, and that's exactly what happened when Michael Carter, a wealthy treasure hunter, arrived in Ngolo. The white man's greed. Michael had spent years chasing legends, collecting artifacts from lost civilizations. When he heard about the Black Shaman's tomb, he saw an opportunity, not for knowledge, but for wealth. "The tomb is cursed," warned an old villager, his milky white eyes filled with fear. "Anyone who disturbs his rest will suffer a fate worse than death." Michael laughed. "Ghost stories don't scare me, old man." Armed with his crew and the latest excavation equipment, he set off into the jungle, unaware that he had already sealed his fate. Third awakening, the dead. After days of trekking through the jungle, they found it, the entrance to the Black Shaman's crypt. An enormous stone slab blocked the doorway, covered in strange ancient markings. One of Michael's men, Jackson, brushed off the dust. "What do these symbols mean?" The local guide, Kwame, hesitated before translating. "Death walks among those who enter. The soul that disturbs his rest shall never find peace." Michael scoffed. "Superstitions won't stop me." With dynamite, they blew open the entrance. The ground trembled. A low, guttural whisper echoed from the darkness. But Michael was too blinded by greed to notice. Inside, the tomb was filled with golden artifacts, blackened skulls, and ritualistic carvings. But at the center lay a mummified body wrapped in dark cloth. Michael approached the corpse and removed the golden mask from its face. The moment he did, the torches flickered. A cold wind howled through the tomb. And then the whispering began. The haunting begins. That night, back at their campsite, Michael felt different. His skin was cold and he kept hearing voices in his head. "Return what you have taken." Michael shook his head. It was just exhaustion. But then Jackson let out a blood-curdling scream. They rushed to his tent and found him convulsing on the ground. His eyes rolled back, his mouth foaming. His veins turned black, spreading across his skin like poison roots. Then, with a final agonized gasp, he stopped moving. Kwame trembled. "The curse, it has begun." Fate. The nightmare unfolds one by one. Michael's team began disappearing. Some wandered into the jungle, their bodies found torn apart. Others spoke in strange tongues before clawing at their own faces, as if trying to tear something out. And then Michael saw him. A shadow stood at the edge of the firelight, tall, robed in black, his face hidden beneath the same golden mask Michael had stolen. "You have stolen from me. Now I will take everything from you." The Black Shaman had returned. Sixth, running from death. Michael ran. He ran through the jungle, his breath ragged, his vision blurring. The trees whispered his name, the shadows crawled toward him, and every time he turned, he saw the mask staring back at him. He reached Ngolo, screaming for help, but the villagers only watched in silence. The elder shook his head. "The curse is not ours to break." Michael's reflection in a nearby water pot did not match his movements. The image smirked when he did not. Then it spoke. "Your soul is mine now." Michael collapsed, his scream swallowed by the darkness. The legend lives. On the next morning, the villagers found Michael's lifeless body at the village entrance. His eyes were missing, his veins pitch black, and on his face, the golden mask had fused into his skin. The black shaman had taken another soul. The tomb was never found again. The jungle swallowed it whole, but the whispers still echo through the trees, waiting for the next fool who dares to seek it.